Hello, can everyone hear me?
I'm in the chambers. Hi, Chair. It's Valerie. I can hear you.
Hi, oh, fabulous. Oh my goodness, that's weird. I see myself on the screen. Okay.
Yes, and we are live, just so you know. We're
All
just
right.
letting attendees in that are on the attendee side over to panelists.
Fabulous. Valerie, thank you for sending over the chair's agenda as well. I've got everything I need right here ready to go.
Okay, great. And I think we have Adams with us and Lopez.
Hola.
Hi, Judge. And Chair, I think all supervisors are here now.
Wonderful. All right, well, we will call, it's 2:31 on March 5th, 2021. We will call to order the Monterey County Board of Supervisors special meeting. Could we get a roll call by the clerk, please?
Yes, good afternoon. Let the record reflect all supervisors are present and all are appearing via video conference.
All right. Valerie, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance since you are in the room with the flag?
Yes, thank you. Please join me.
Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one
nation, under God, indivisible.
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Could we get an announcement of our Spanish interpretation services today?
And I'm sorry, Chair, she has not arrived yet, so she might be right before open session. Sorry.
Okay, got it. We will come back to that then. Are there any additions or corrections by the clerk?
There are no additions and corrections.
Okay. Do we have any consent calendar items that the board would like to pull? Seeing no hands raised, is there any public comment on our consent calendar for today? Is there anyone in the chambers for the public?
There's no one in the chambers for the public, and I do not see anybody raising their hands.
Okay, fabulous. We'll close public comment for consent calendar, and I'll bring it back to the board to entertain a motion.
Lopez moves approval.
Second, Adams.
All right, a motion by Supervisor Lopez, second by Supervisor Adams for the consent calendar. Could we get a roll call, please?
Yes, Supervisor Alejo?
Aye.
Supervisor Phillips?
Aye.
Supervisor Lopez?
Aye.
Supervisor Adams?
Aye.
And Chair Supervisor Root Askew?
Okay, motion carries. Are there any additions or corrections for our closed session agenda from County Council?
There are none, Chair.
All right, you're making this easy. With that, we will adjourn to closed session.
Recess.
We will recess. Thank you. Someday I will get this. We will recess to closed session, and we will be returning here for open session. Is that correct?
That is correct, Chair.
Okay, fabulous. We will see you back here when we're done with closed session. Thank you.
out for closed session. I know they're gonna come back at 10:30, so I can't.
Good afternoon, everyone. This question is for the moderator. This is a Spanish interpreter. If you can hear me, that means the Spanish interpreter is not in the Spanish channel yet. So please check if you could hear me in the Spanish channel in just a second. Thank you. Si alguien me puede escuchar en español, canal español, por favor levante la mano o puede responder. Vamos a verificar el sonido en este momento. Ahora es el momento, antes de que comience la reunión. Gracias.
Andy, it's Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. I'm glad you
Hi.
responded. So,
We haven't, we actually are in closed session right now, so we aren't live, but we're putting you in as the interpreter right now, if you can accept. And then hopefully we'll start up here in about 20, 30 minutes.
I'm glad we're in closed session, Valerie. This is why I'm asking if once I go into Spanish channel, if you could hear me in the Spanish channel.
So I won't be able to hear you in the Spanish because you'll be on a different channel and I'm on the
understand.
English channel.
I
Okay.
understand. And this is what I want to avoid, Valerie. This is why I emailed a couple of people maybe 15, 20 minutes ago. Once I go to Spanish, if there is any comments coming from the Spanish or any comments, the Spanish interpreter will not be able to switch to English.
Yeah, that's fine. We have another interpreter here for public comment. She's in person.
Oh,
So you guys
perfect.
yeah.
That
you
solves
guys are
that issue.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 3 interpreters, you and Laura, who do our simultaneous on the
Right.
Spanish channel, and then Jocelyn, who's sitting right next to me, she does public comment in person here. So yeah, you're good.
Excellent. So anything from Spanish to English, she'll take care of.
Yes.
We
Yep.
will only be taking care of the English to Spanish audience. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
I only need the other interpreter's number. I gave her my number via email, but I think it's Laura, I believe. If you could
Yeah,
ask her
Laura.
if it's authorized for her to give me hers, or just give her mine.
Okay. We'll do that right now. And then my IT guy's going to send you the invite to put you in the Spanish channel right now too.
Perfect. So if you want to write
Okay.
down my number, it's 909.
Oh, I got it. I'm part of that email. I was the one that responded and said thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Valerie.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. Okay. And we're going to send it to you right now. Okay.
Thank you.
Laura, this is Valerie. You have your hand up? Surrey translation, can you hear me? I'll have Semi send you an email.
Chech, hay que cerrar la puerta. Yo necesito la puerta cerrada. Hello. Hola. ¿Quién habla? ¿Eve? Ay, sí, tengo una traducción, pero es, oye, Eve, te digo rapidísimo, te agradezco tanto que hagas esto de veras. Eres maravillosa, eres mi adoración. ¿Qué haría sin ti, Eve? De veras te quiero tanto, Eve. Sí, ya estoy preparando el clay.
Hi, Valerie. Do we have everyone back with us? I think I see all the names. 1, 2.
Just checking on our in-person interpreters here now as well, and our 2 simultaneous are also here, but I think we do have everybody.
Wonderful. Okay. We are going to, it is 3/21 on, what month is it? It is March 5th. And we are going to reconvene the Monterey County Board of Supervisors meeting on our public agenda items. Could we get a roll call from the clerk, please?
Good afternoon. Let the record reflect all supervisors are present and all appearing via video conference.
All right. Our item for open session today is a briefing and update on COVID-19, including impacts and action, proposals and plans to address the pandemic. And I will pass it over to Nick Chulos.
And Chair, before we do that, can we
Oh,
announce?
before we do that, yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Could we get an announcement from our Spanish interpretation services today, please? Thank you. And thank you for being with us.
You're welcome. Jocelyn Martínez, intérprete de español, se les anuncia que hay interpretación en vivo disponible vía Zoom. En su pantalla, al pie de la pantalla, si selecciona el icono del mundo y presiona la selección de español, tendrá acceso a eso. En estos momentos no está disponible para aquellos que llaman a la Junta.
Wonderful. And for anyone who is watching us, we do offer Spanish interpretation via the interpretation globe icon at the bottom of your Zoom screen. And for anyone who is calling in today, we do not currently have Spanish interpretation via phone, but we also do have it available in the chambers. Having said that, we will move on to our scheduled item, and I will pass the floor to Nick Chulos.
Thank you, Madam Chair and board members. So we have a very brief update for you today. We have 2 items we'd like to talk about. The first is a potential response to California Department of Public Health. Quick background on this is back in January, we sent a letter, the board letter to the governor requesting more equitable supply of vaccine and more transparency in vaccine distribution. We received a reply from Dr. Aragon, the Director of Public Health for the state, on February 26th. We felt the response was really not responsive, and board has asked us to prepare a response to Dr. Aragon, which has been prepared for staff. We will amend it to include a community health worker program and attach previous letters the board has sent, or the previous letters that some of our community members have sent requesting the same type of thing. And we need to know if the board is comfortable with us going ahead and finalizing that letter for the chair's signature, or if you wish to do anything different at this point. So supervisors will take your direction.
Thank you. Supervisor Lopez, comments, questions?
Yeah, I'm supportive of the letter with the amendments that were spelled out by Mr. Chulos that we have before us. I would request that we send that today or Monday morning as soon as possible. I just want to continue to repeat that my concerns about the response and the fact that it really didn't answer our community's questions or address our needs. I'm gravely concerned about making sure that we continue to raise our voice as a community about who we are, where we are, and what we do for the rest of the state and the country, if not the world. And so I just want to make sure that I make the motion today and state that we need to do this soon and for all the right reasons. And I appreciate the conversation and staff's quickly turning this request around and bringing it back to the board. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Second the motion.
Thank you, Supervisor Lopez. Thank you for the second. Do you have any additional comments, Supervisor Alejo?
No, I think this is about getting answers for our residents. The state certainly should be able to respond to our county about whether it's going to get additional vaccine for farm workers, if it's going to get some of the other questions that we posed in our original letter answered. They talked a lot about the Central Valley, but not about our county in particular and what we were inquiring about. So I hope that the state will provide direct answers to key issues that we need them to give us answers to. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor Alejo. Any other supervisors have comments or questions? We have a motion on the floor.
Comment, you know, when this whole thing started, there was a special group of counties that were over in the Central Valley that were part of a special program. And we requested that they include us, and they did. I'm really kind of surprised that we did not be included again this time. I don't know whether we want to add anything like that to the letter, but we certainly were in before. I don't know why we're not in now.
Thank you. Thank you, Supervisor Adams. Supervisor Phillips, did you have anything you wanted to add?
No, I concur.
You concur. All
let's do
right. Let's take it out to public comment. Is there any public comment on this motion? Clerk Valerie, is there anyone in the chambers today?
There is nobody in the chambers.
Okay, thank you. And I do not see anyone on Zoom raising their hand. We don't have anyone calling in. So with that, I will bring it back to the board. The letter that we're referring to that the county sent was mailed out to our governor on January 28th. Very clearly articulates our concerns about the need to ensure that our agricultural workforce is protected through allocation of vaccine. We address the underlying concerns about vaccine allocation in Monterey County, specifically the fact that we have been disadvantaged by not having a multi-county entity serving us here, as well as inequities within our population count, being that we have a large undocumented population that may not be included in our population counts when you talk about distribution by population counts. We also made a request for increased transparency about the number of vaccine allocations per county. We want to see the detailed data about where vaccine has flowed during the first 2 months of vaccine distribution. We believe that it will show that Monterey County needs to be true-upped with our amount of vaccine that we've received. And we also made very clear that we are ready to partner with the state to distribute additional vaccine to our residents. We referenced our mass vaccination plan, as well as the partnerships that we have with other vaccination partners who are prepared and ready to substantially increase our distribution of vaccine, not only to residents in the county, but specifically to our highest impacted residents and those who reside in the lowest quartile HPI. So just to reiterate what we had asked for, the response that we got from the CDPH did not respond to our request, and instead it referenced in many different instances what the state is doing for agricultural workers in the Central Valley, which is important, but what we need is we need a response to our request, and we need not just a written response, but we need an action response that brings additional vaccine into Monterey County to ensure that our workforce has the protections that they need so that we can continue to produce the food supply for the world, as Supervisor Lopez clearly stated. So with that, we will take a roll call vote on this motion. Could we get a roll call from the clerk, please?
Supervisor Lejo?
Aye.
Supervisor Phillips?
Aye.
Supervisor Lopez?
Absolutely.
Supervisor Adams?
Aye.
And Chair Supervisor Root Askew.
Yes. All right, the motion carries. And I think we were also going to attach the letters that have been submitted from our state and federal delegates, including Senator Ana Caballero, Senator John Laird, Assemblymember Robert Rivas, I believe Assemblymember Mark Stone, Congressman Jimmy Panetta, who have all been very clear in their support of our request. And I would also include the letters that have been received by the county in support of our request from our local mayors, from our labor and hospitality and agricultural industries, so that we can show how clearly and unprecedented there is alignment and support for what we're asking for.
And our chambers of commerce as well, Madam Chair.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for adding that. So we will get that out. Thank you. Let's see here.
Okay.
Did I hear someone else? Nick Chulos?
Yeah, very clear on the direction. Thank you.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Awesome. So we took care of that. That's the only item we have on our agenda for today. So could we get a read out from closed session by County Council?
Chair, I think Mr. Chulos had one other item to mention briefly.
Oh,
Well,
pass it back to you, Nick.
actually, thank you, Madam Chair. We were going to have a brief public health update, but I think we'll defer that until Tuesday. I see, looks like Elsa Jimenez was going to join the open session. So we are, as far as the update.
Okay, and there is no reportable action out of closed session, Chair.
All right, so we will adjourn our meeting of the Monterey County, the special meeting of the Monterey County Board of Supervisors today. We will see everyone back in chambers on Tuesday for our regular scheduled meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everyone.